Hold on now, Pastor Winans. So you mean to tell me a church member gave what they could and you snapped because it wasn't enough? Oh, no. We got to talk about this one because this whole situation right here is given God don't like greedy. What's up, family? Welcome back to Inside the Scoop Report, where we talk about the real stuff people don't want to say out loud. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, smash that like, share this video, and drop your city and state down below because I need to know how y'all churches be acting where you from. Today, we're diving into this whole Marvin Winans situation where folks online are accusing him of ripping off his church members. And after a video clip went viral from one of his services, people got opinions. So here's where it went down. I was doing some research about it. I came across the article on Atlanta Black Star, and there are some other reports out there that during a recent church service, Bishop Marvin Winans, y'all know him, the gospel legend, founder of the whole Perfect Thing Church in Detroit, he was taking up offerings, right? Now, apparently, he called for a specific amount from one of the from his members, and one of the members came up and she gave less than what he asked for. And instead of just saying, God bless you, and moving on, he stopped the service, confronted the member in front of everybody. Yep. And he said something along the lines of, that's not what I asked for. You can keep that. And baby, when I tell you the crowd got quiet like a pin drop, it got awkward. Let's go ahead and get into the clip.
Roberta McCoy, giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Y'all see what I'm saying? So how would y'all feel if your pastor said that to you? Like you trying to give from your heart, right? And he basically say, no, it's not enough. I don't want your money. Would you stay in that church or walk out right then and there? So of course, somebody in the audience took that clip and it hit TikTok, Facebook, Twitter before the service was even over. Now, I watched the clip for myself before I just presented it to y'all and listen. You could feel the tension through the screen. That woman looked embarrassed. And Marvin was standing there like it was business as usual. The internet wasn't having it. Folks started flooding the comments saying this is exactly why people don't go to church anymore. And since when does the gospel come with a price tag? Let's get into what people had to say. So, around the internet world, I found these responses from people around the internet of what they had to say. One person said, y'all really lining up giving your hard earned money to other humans who are well off with laughing emojis, right? So I get the point this person was trying to make, but if you think about it overall, right, we all give our money to people who are well off. We all do that, right? So another comment is, this breaks my heart. This woman must have felt so embarrassed for what? She gave what she could. This church sucks. She deserves better. We got someone else who said, that's not a church. It's a business and a social club. No one is supposed to know what you give to God. We got another comment. You know what? Give me my money back. This man is not a pastor, he is a scammer. Can you imagine if Jesus told this rich guy to sell all of his possessions and give it to the poor? That was a powerful comment. So, do y'all think pastors asking for specific dollar amounts is out of line? Like, should giving be from the heart, or should leaders be setting amounts and expectations? Because I got some thoughts, but I want to hear y'all first. I want to hear what y'all have to say. And for those of you who are confused on why people are mad, I'll tell you why they're mad. First is the disrespect. I mean, think about it. Even if you think somebody gave less than expected, you don't call them out in front of the whole church. That's humiliation. Second, it's about the message that it sends. The Bible literally says God loves a cheerful giver, not a shameful one, not a shamed one. And third, folks already tired of seeing preachers live like celebrities while the congregation is struggling to keep their lights on. So when a pastor, especially one with money, starts checking people over a few dollars, it hits a nerve. These pastors today, do y'all feel are they too focused on the money? Or do you think church needs money to keep running and people are just too sensitive about it? Now look, this ain't the first time a pastor has been called out over situations like this, something similar. Y'all remember Mr. Creflo Dollar, right? Situation when he told his congregation he wanted a $65 million jet. I mean, that's the same energy. Same energy. As you can see here, he set up a Cash App account to collect during coronavirus quarantine for this $65 million jet. And I took some snippets from some articles. I highlighted some things that really stood out. Creflo Dollar asked his followers to dig deep to help him buy the world's fastest private jet, which we was just talking about, to replace his older model. Yet he owns a 53-acre estate near Atlanta, Georgia, drives a Rolls Royce, made a $1 million profit selling his apartment, and also Daily Mail Online revealed that he risked jail time because he refused to explain his finances and how his finances came up in such a large amount in 1 year. But back to the topic, right? We got Marvin Winans, a respected gospel artist, being accused of acting more like a CEO than a shepherd. And after that clip went viral, y'all, people pulled up old interviews where he talked about money this, money that, blessings this, blessings that, and that he's been about the dollars for years. Now, you do got people who defended him, saying he's just trying to teach the congregation about sacrifice and obedience. But come on now, since when does sacrifice mean embarrassing people in public? Is there a difference between giving for faith and giving for show? Some of these churches look like concerts nowadays, and the only ones prospering are the ones on the stage. But this is a bigger problem. Now, according to what I read on the Jasmine brand, the lady who was embarrassed, she stood by the pastor following the backlash after calling her out. What does that say? I just know that this whole thing, it shines a light to a deeper issue, if you ask me, and as the church culture in general. A lot of people, true enough, that were raised to never question the pastor. If he says jump, you ask how high. But it's 2025. People are thinking for themselves now. They want to know where their money is going. They want to see the receipts. And to me, that's fair. You can't keep telling people give till it hurts while your church staff ride in luxury cars, members can't afford groceries. That's not ministry, that's manipulation, and it's turning people away from faith. How many of y'all seen this type of behavior in your own church? Be honest, do you feel like money talk has taken over the message? So she decided to stand by what he said. She said, literally, that's her pastor. She's going to stick beside him. And here it is on the jasminebrand.com if you want to come here and read more into this. So far, Bishop Winans hasn't released an official statement, but sources close to the church say that he told members that people were taking it out of context. He said he was teaching about giving with excellence and that his comment it wasn't meant to embarrass anyone. Now look, I get it. Maybe he didn't mean it for it to blow up. But let's keep it real. The way it come across, it wasn't about excellence. It was about ego. Did y'all buy that explanation? I mean, was that really a teaching moment, or do you think he got caught up in a moment and showed his true colors? Let me know what y'all think. Now, I want to get into what somebody close to me had to say about it when I brought it up to her. Now, she is very, very passionate about this. Okay, let's get into what she had to say.
If you've been called to preach the word, you shouldn't look for no money. But if the church offer you a donation, that's different. And there's nothing wrong with giving up. But the Bible does ask for 10% on your earning. But if you don't have 10%, you get whatever you get, you're getting it from your heart.
Okay, now let me just say this. I grew up in the church. I believe in giving. I believe in blessing others, but I don't believe in being bullied for it. If a person gives what they can, that's between them and God, not them and the pastor's ego. You can't preach grace on Sunday, then greed on Monday. I don't care how big your name is. You can't call yourself a servant of God and treat your people like they owe you something. What does y'all take? Is it about greed, pride, or misunderstanding? And do you think pastors like Marvin Winans owe their members an apology when stuff like this happens? So, yeah, family, this whole situation is a mess. It's got people debating faith, the leadership, and accountability. And honestly, it's long overdue. It truly is. If you ask me, the real offering should be humility. Drop your thoughts below. Do you think Marvin Winans was wrong? Or are people just overreacting? And if you've ever seen something wild happen in church, tell your story in the comments. We might need a whole series on this topic. Now, don't forget, subscribe, hit that like button, and share the video with your people because this ain't just gossip is a real conversation about how faith and money mix in 2025. This is Insider Scoop Report, and I'll catch y'all next time. Stay real, stay humble, and remember, God don't need your money to prove your worth.